how lower tax benefit will be getting passed on to the end user? That is one question which I told you that you have to do your maths. 100 plus 80 is earlier, now it is at 5%. So are you going to increase the price? The government is watching. Second thing is that you have your competitors also. So when you are also placed, your competitors are also placed in a similar scenario. So is it that you are going to increase the quantity that you are giving and keeping the same rate and at a lower rate, are you going to pass it on? Is something the marketing strategy which you need to see by seeing the competition, that you have to tune your methods. So there is no one rule which fixes all. So one needs to see that. And then credit note with old rate or a new rate to be issued. See, whenever you are issuing a credit note, the credit note should be always on the day. So the amount you can change to, if you want to compensate somebody, say for example, 100 plus 18 that you have made a supply, but suddenly that 50% of it has gone bad. Hence, you have to compensate him. So how you have to compensate? He requires to be compensated for 59 rupees, but now the tax rate has come to 5%. So whether you can issue a credit note with 50 plus 18% on it, or that you have to tweak it and say it is 54, on top of it is a 5%, or 56, on top of it is a 5%. It is something that you got to see, and you have to compensate the person because the tax rate has changed. So when you are issuing a credit note, you cannot hold on to the old tax rate. You are issuing credit note today after 22nd September. Hence, you have to adopt the new tax rate only. Any changes in the GST return? No, sir. No changes were announced. Practically, stickers, entire stocks in market is impossible. How to handle? It will be treated as a violation, sir. You have to do it. How to handle the transit goods with GST 28%? There is absolutely no problem, sir, because the invoice was issued prior to 22nd September, and e-way bill is also issued prior to 22nd September. Hence, it is a valid supply. Hence, absolutely no problem. Time of supply, as I told you, that the changes come. Um, the changes come because of the transition, which you need to take care. So I think till how long do we have to wait for the porter charges clarification? Porter charges clarification. I am not able to understand this query. Are you referring to the porter who is a service provider in the market, or that you are talking about the portal changes? If you are clear on the porter charges, then unless the notification comes, we can't comment anything. But if it is to do with anything else, please clarify, because I am unable to understand. Janavi,
Janavi, I have enabled your mic. You can unmute and talk.
Hi. So I wanted to have a clarification where, like you have mentioned that the porter charges will be like it will take some time for have a clarification whether the GST needs to be applicable on that or not. So till
no,
what
no,
time
you
it
are
will?
talking about that goods
The porter
suppliers. That
charges, like
where
for
I gave an
example,
example of the you forgot a charger at home, and
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
office that is that kind of a services. Danjo
Yes,
porter.
yes.
Yeah, okay. See, for that the government has to come out with the definition of for these services, and then they have to spell out that who are covered, who are not covered, and how it is different from the GTA and courier, and what is going to be the, of course, the effective rate that they have already told, it is going to be 18%. There is no dispute about it.
But
But
do we have
what is
to
going to
like?
be the definition, who are going to be covered, and if these services are provided on a standalone basis or through a e-commerce portal, then what is going to be the changes and all that is something, unless notification comes, we will not be having clarity.
So as of now, do we have to deduct 18% and pay to the government, or how is it?
See, till 22nd September 2025, you continue what we are doing currently,
Okay.
because all these changes are proposed on or after 22nd September. So in all likelihood, in the coming week, we are expecting all the notifications to be out. because hardly that the industry will be having time for changing the ERPs. So if the notifications do not come in the coming week, hence we are expecting that the all notifications will be out in the coming week. So there will be some ample time for the industry to reflect all those changes in the ERPs also. So from that time onwards, that you can adopt the new change, but it is going to be 18% as rate is not going to change. But only thing is that you will be having a new definition and new identity, because currently you do not know whether you are GTA or a courier, right?
Right, right.
So that is exactly now that you are going to be named. So naming ceremony is going to happen for you.
Okay, okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Right. What about stock available before change and sold after 22? Credit note reduction mandatory. See, the thing is that I told you very clear that you have to do the tweaking, that how it should be done is something that you have to see, and the competition will tell you what is to be done. So this is something 100 plus 18 you bought it. Now that you have to sell it at 5. So whether you can sell the same product at 5, not possible, because that you have to compensate the customer somehow because of the benefit that you have got. So what is the method, whether you are going to increase, because you might have seen in the newspapers, so some of the people are saying, particularly in the FMCG sector, that for the same value we are going to give more. Say for example, 6 grams of some product is being given, like shampoo packets you might have seen. So the 3 grams 3 ml shampoo is sold at 1 rupee. Now because of the rate reduction, maybe that 4 ml that you will be giving it. But this is something which you got to see, because there are some court rulings which said increasing the quantity is not that kind of a compensation that is that will satisfy the anti-profiteering. So we got to see exactly how this reduction can be passed on. It is a really, really tricky question, sir. But there is no one single answer, because it depends on the products and the kind of marketing strategy you have, and you have to cover about the existing stocks at your dealers also. So it is a very tricky question. So there are multiple ways in which it can be done. So there are no other comments in the chat box. Now I am coming to the Anil's questions in the Q&A box, because nobody else has put any queries. For intermediary, what is the GST change? I have already told that the place of supply rules are amended. Hence, it is going to be now the place where the recipient is. What is the process for reverse charge for amount paid to the foreign parties? Whenever you are paying to the foreign party, the services or the goods are received in India. If it is a goods, you know it that import duties are applicable. But if it is a service, then it is a reverse charge. So on receipt of the invoice, that you have to create for reverse charge mechanism, you know it that self invoice needs to be generated, and you have to pay it in cash, and subsequently you can avail it as a input credit. So the same rules apply. There's no change in it. If you are supplying through a gift city to foreign client, it is covered under exempt or zero rated. Under which section? See, sir, this has got nothing to do with the GST 2.0, but nevertheless, that I'm answering. Gift city is a special economic zone. So when you are saying you are supplying through gift city, means is it a pass through, or that you also exist in the gift city? But whatever it is, since it is an export, it is covered. It is a zero rated supply, because foreign client is receiving it. So whether you are supplying from gift city or outside the gift city is not going to make any difference. So it is a supply, it is export, and export is zero rated. Is endorsement compulsory to get from the parties of gift city? I do not know which kind of an endorsement you are talking about. If you can clarify, maybe that I will be able to throw more light on it, because endorsement on what document is not clear. And for credit notes raised, does it require to get confirmation from the recipient for the ITC reversal? See, this is what that they are going to delink is what is that they have told in the press release. So unless the final notifications are released, we will not be able to comment anything. So these are from the Q&A that I could gather. What suggests to stockists to make stock of goods till 21 or not? To the extent possible, don't do it, sir. There are other ways in which that you can supply the goods. You might have heard a phenomena called um, sale on approval. So if you have to supply any goods, then you send them under sale on approval basis. So if it is accepted by the customer before 22nd of September, then you can issue a formal sale invoice and complete the transaction. But if the customer is not willing to take it, then you can call back your goods. So sale on approval is one interim measure that you can think of. So how to do the sale and approval and all is a complete process, but you can follow that. Now there are some queries. I do not know whether the registrants are now present in the session to now, because some of the people have already left. So what will happen to the inventory that has been produced by the company has been not sold to the customer by its distributor? So this is a question which I am answering in 2-3 ways. That is where the government has said that the new labels are to be fixed, and whatever is the benefit that has to be passed. So how you are going to sit with your dealer and how you are going to do this compensation exercise is something that the businesses have to come out. So in the press, what we could see is some of the FMCG sector product people are saying that we are for the same value we are going to give more quantity. So whether it is going to be a correct method or not is something that we got to see. Due to rate reduction, it is impacting only 20 to 30 paise reduction, because ours is MRP based product. How to handle it? See, there is a rule which says that you have to round it off to the nearest rupee. So how you are going to do it is going to be a practical question, definitely. But you have to round it off to the nearest rupee and then see whether you are passing it or not. If tomorrow that the authorities are going to question, maybe you can say that because of this rounding, this has happened, but there is no deliberate intent on your part to enrich yourself. Maybe that can be some kind of an excuse that you can provide. Is there any change in the tax rates for BOPT? Separately, we have not seen, sir, because this is not there in the search. What is the status of various cess deployed on vehicles, tobacco, carbonated drinks after 20 September 22? CBIC chairman has gone on record and he said that such accumulated compensation cess has to be written off. But of course, for tobacco products and all, because the same old rates are continuing, compensation cess is going to be still valid even after 22nd. That I think that they can make use of it. But as far as vehicles are concerned and carbonated drinks are concerned, I think whatever is the accumulation that they have to write off in the books. Eh, That is as per the press release as on today. But what is going to be the final picture? We got to wait and see. Request you to know benefits which we may reap from the supplies on both services and goods supply. Benefit, I think its question is completely vague. That what kind of benefits you are looking? Is it because of rate rationalization, or in general you wanted to know? That it is not very clear. How will state governments balance GST loss? See, sir, everybody is sympathizing with the state government, which is a very peculiar phenomena. GST Council comprises of the center and the states. Center has got a 1/3 voting right, and states are having 2/3. So it is not that at the um, um, uh, because the states are losing, the center is gaining. It is nothing like that. Center is also losing, states are also losing, and it is a collective decision taken by all those who are present in the GST Council that they have to. So, if there is a loss, then everybody is agreed for the loss. It is not that nobody has told him, sir, that I have simply agreed to that unanimously. But after that, I realized that I am losing. If somebody says, then it is a lame duck excuse, I say, because nobody can cry horse, because all of them are parties to this. And time and again, till 56 GST Council meetings, all the decisions are unanimous. Means every single state has accepted it. It is not by majority that the decisions are dished out. All decisions are unanimous, means everybody has endorsed it. So all states have accepted that there is going to be a certain loss for them, and they've accepted it. So who is going to compensate? Nobody is going to come and donate the money. So what is the expectation for all these people to do the rate rationalization? We need to understand that what they have thought, that over a period of time, there will be a buoyancy in the market and more supplies are going to be needed. Hence, because of the volumes, we can make up. That's how the thought process is. So I think I'm clear that I have clarified all these things. There is one more query from Anil again. Invoice raised to units in the gift city. Do party has to get endorsement from the customs authority or the party? There is no such requirement of getting an endorsement, sir, because it is just like an SEZ supply. So when you are supplying to an SEZ unit, you don't get any kind of an endorsement or anything from the customs authorities. So gift city is no different. It is also an SEZ unit. So if you are supplying to a unit in the gift city, then it is just like any other SEZ supply. So you can supply it. That's it.
It is one of the requirement from our GST audit that they require that to get the endorsement from the party of SEZ units.
No. What kind of an endorsement that they want?
They wanted that it has been issued against LUT.
No, sir. You are wrong. At the time of supply, there is no endorsement concept. But whether your recipient has received it and consumed for the authorized operations is the endorsement that they want.
Okay.
Because you are not charging tax on them, right?
Right.
So in order to give you that benefit, what they want is the supplies were put to use at the other end for the authorized operations.
Okay.
That endorsement is there for SEZ also, no, sir?
Yeah, correct.
So same thing here also. No change.